Alright, this is my first time streaming anything ever, so I'm hoping it goes well. This is Terraria Calamity. It's going to be a modded series, or stream. I'm not entirely sure what to call it when it's a stream. And Twitch is playing an ad, so I actually have to close it on my end. Sorry about that. Again, first time. So this is a large world with Crimson. It's on Expert. And now it's on even more than Expert, thanks to Revengeance mode. I'll be explaining that in a minute. Just gotta get my inventory sorted here. I want that, and that on the bar. I'll just eat that now. Alright, so Revengeance is basically Expert mode. It's not for the faint of heart. It doesn't really do much until you've killed your first boss, in terms of how different things are, aside from these, which I'll get to explaining in a second. But it does increase the health of all the enemies even more right off the bat. Defense is now 100% effective instead of 75% effective, so 1 point of defense will be 1 point of damage that I won't be taking, instead of having it be a ratio. Of course one of those shows up at the very start when I don't have a bug net. That's fine. Yeah, this is fine. Don't have a problem with that. Once the first boss goes down, I will be taking, I believe, 20% more damage from everything, so it's a percentage damage increase to me. But enemies will also drop 5 times more cash. In addition, all Calamity and Vanilla bosses will have new AI, so they will be functioning differently, and I'll explain those when I get to them. And there's also the Rage and Adrenaline mechanics that are added. When I take damage, this bar right here will slowly fill up, and it will also slowly fill up over time, but it goes faster if you take damage. Once it reaches full, I can press a key to greatly boost my damage for 5 seconds as long as I don't get hit, but I prefer not to use it like that because while it's full, you can also occasionally get a heart attack debuff, which increases your life regeneration and max health, so it's actually not really bad at all. Adrenaline, the second bar, only fills up while a boss is active. It has a certain amount of time that it takes to fill up. If you get hit, it resets to 0. And once it hits full, I can activate it to gain a massive boost to my damage output. But if I don't use it right away, its effectiveness when I do use it will slowly decrease to the point where it'll be 30% less effective if I go around trying to save it, which I believe was added in a recent update to the mod to prevent people from cheesing boss fights by running away, building up adrenaline, and then using it right at the right moment with no detrimental effects at all. I'm debating on what class I'm going to be playing as. I think when I get settled I'm going to be going for Ranger, since I seemed to do pretty well with that last time. Also, since this is my first time streaming and I'm not exactly well versed on how Twitch itself works, I have not figured out a way to get the chat to appear in my actual game, so I'm not going to actually be seeing it while I'm playing, which is a shame because I'd really like to see it and respond in real time, but I'm not there yet. Nothing much going on yet. It is just that... Oh, well, here's our first modded enemy. This is a Wolfram drone. They are very basic enemies. They just run straight at you, or drive straight at you, jump if you do, stuff like that. They drop Wolfram shards, which are used to make some pretty helpful early game materials and armor. They're not great, but they're a good start, so I'll be going for those when I can. Right now I'm walking back and forth looking for a living tree, because I happen to like living in living trees, but unfortunately it does not look like I'm gonna find one this time. I haven't explored this world yet at all before starting. Oh, well, Crimson is right there. That's great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hope that this Chimera doesn't kill me before I can get done what I'm trying to do here. Excuse me, but I don't have time for you right now. This might take a while. Oh wait, don't I have arrows? Yes, I do. Oh, they hit hard. Yeah. Chimeras are no slouches when you're first starting. But he's dead. So what I was trying to do was dig out this little bit of stone here. This is basically some very, very, very early preparation work for later in the game. Just gonna dig this out, fill it with wood. So now, even once the Crimson gains the ability to spread through stone, it won't be able to spread through that. At least that particular bit of Crimson won't be able to spread. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm gonna get lucky and have a living tree to live in this time, so I'm gonna go back towards where the guide is, and I'm just gonna suck it up and build like a regular person. Another one of these guys. There's a wolfram slime over there. They're like slimes. They drop wolfram shards instead of gel, and they're immune to knockback, so you want to keep that in mind when you're fighting them. Thankfully, they tend to jump over you like idiots, so I have that going for me. I like the little bunny slimes that spawn during Halloween. They're really cute. Hang on a second, I'm just gonna check Discord really quick to see if anyone is actually, like, able to see any of this, because I don't know if it's actually working, so it's going to freeze for a second when I shift focus on Windows, so anything going on here? Just ask this person if it's working. Wait for a response to that. If the game suddenly freezes and my voice doesn't, chances are I've briefly switched windows because the game will automatically pause when the window doesn't have focus. So, the guide is there. I should set up right here. So to start, I'm going to get rid of some of these trees very slowly because copper axes are, well, not entirely good at their jobs. Have I obtained any rope yet? I feel like I haven't. Do I have any rope? Yes, I have some that I start with. It's not that much, though, so I gotta be careful with it. Don't waste it. Well, I really just need enough to get a little bit of height off the ground here. That ought to be good for now. Now, platforms. And wood. 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Break this. Building a house is always fun to watch. Sorry about that. Just barely make that. I have to get more rope so I can finish building that up. 5, 2, 3. Okay, someone's gotten back to me. Alright, the stream is working. That is good. Alright, so now I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 2 is 4, 5. And that ought to do that for what I'm planning to do with this room. That's fun, falling down while I'm trying to build. Okay, now the same amount on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's not quite the same. I need 3 more out. There we go. So I'm going to need to cut down a couple more of those trees to get the wood I need. The guide is actually being helpful for a change. Like, probably the only time in his life he's ever been actually helpful outside of telling crafting recipes and dying. Give me that. Alright, now I can get started on the actual, like, stuff that I need to be doing, like putting up some doors and walls. Okay, I have that scroll, right? So I'm gonna be going for bows. So what do I use to make bows? Let me use this to check. This is from the Magical Things mod. They have little class weapons for early in the game. That's not gonna do me much good yet, but I need to get a cobweb to make it into the next thing I want to make it into. Wood walls for now. That's not gonna be much, but it's something. So at the very least, I should be able to block spawning in here by doing that. Gotta get more wood at some point. Not yet, because I don't feel like going messing around down there again for now. Pumpkins are everywhere right now, so I'll just do that for light, so I can save my torches for, well, that. This room is going to be something very, very, very helpful in the near future. But right now, it's just going to be empty. That's going to be the storage room, and I have a certain mod in that, well, is so helpful when it comes to storage that the fact it isn't vanilla is a crime, in my opinion. People who have played modded before probably know what I'm talking about, but for those who don't, it's magical storage. It's getting dark. I'm gonna start putting torches on the trees because that helps people who aren't me see what's going on, especially when this gets archived later, because I know that recordings tend to be pretty dark. Alright, that should be helpful. Take you out. Oh, thanks! That was actually a pretty good shot. Cool stuff. 5, 6, 7. Put a torch there. That is going to be for something later. If you see me doing a bit of building that seems a little nonsensical or useless, it's probably going to be something for later. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing with that. Right, let's finish the rest of this. Oh, well, thank you. Thanks, game. Very helpful. I don't have a hammer, do I? Don't want those walls there. I'm gonna start putting walls in this room. I'm not gonna be using it for a while. And I'm out of walls again. Oh well. We've got... oh dear, yeah. Now, before a boss is defeated, I take a percentage less damage from everything. But it's still more than I would be taking on normal or expert. I have acorn still, yes. Oh, he dropped a shackle. Very helpful. Warding, too. Now that is extremely helpful. That's 5 free defense right at the beginning. I have not had that good of luck with immediate accessories in a long time, so I am happy to see that. I got wood, so I can make platforms. Bridge over this. There is a zombie here. I want that star, so you need to die. Torches on these trees again. Alright, I'm not going to go any farther in that direction. And I'm going to cut this tree down because I need wood, and it's also one of those weird headless ones I don't like looking at. There we go. Plant that. Really hope those pumpkins grow soon, because pumpkin armor is very good for this point in the game. Even with Calamity, and pumpkin armor is still just that good if you can get it immediately. That's a top hat squirrel. They do something that I can't actually do with them yet because I don't have a bug net. But it is pretty funny. It's not too incredibly useful, but it's pretty funny. Yep. Enemies with damage reduction, percentage-based, more health. That's Revengeance. Maybe one of these guys will drop a raincoat. Oh, not you. Top Hat squirrels, unlike other critters, also have 100 health instead of 5, so they can take a few accidental hits. I know those weren't fully grown, but I want pumpkins. Alright, so I've got stone on me? Yes. I've got torches? Yes. I've got not enough stone, so I need more stone. It's a little bit right here. I believe I need either 20 or 25 to make a furnace. Got no more rope, so getting back out of there would be fun if I fell down, so I'm just gonna platform across it. There we go. Probably should have done that earlier anyway. More you guys. I'm gonna try to get things moving a little faster in a bit. I dallied for too long and it got dark, so now I have to deal with the consequences of trying to do early game stuff at night. Ooh, I want you to die. There we go. Torch. Goldfish in the hole. I feel like that's the name of some sort of southern dish, honestly. Probably wrong, but it should be. It sounds funny. Need more of these. I'm going to be getting something later that will make crafting torches outside of needing them to make other things no longer an issue. Shoot you in the face a bunch of times. I'm running out of arrows, it's not good. Oh, that's another thing about Revengeance that I forgot to mention that people have probably noticed by now. Spawn rates are increased. I believe they're multiplied by 1.25 times compared to Expert. So, if there's more enemies than usual than there seems there should be, that's why. Oh, that's not good. Well, I lasted longer than I thought I would, admittedly. I don't really need coins for a bit anyway, but I am upset that I didn't get to get that pumpkin. Respawn time, I believe, is the same as it is in Expert. A little longer than normal, but not too much unless there's a boss alive, in which case you have to wait forever. I need some storage, so I'm going to be putting these chests up here. Of course you show up immediately after I respawn. Thanks, Owl Eye. Boy. Don't know entirely how long I'm going to be keeping this up, but I'll try to keep it going for a decent amount of time. There it goes. What's that? 22 stone. Is that enough for a furnace? Yes it is. Excellent. Boom. And I can make some bars, too. If the guide dies, it's no big deal. I'll just move back in once I have a house up. Which means he'll move in here. How nice of him. Give me that. Oh, right! I forgot to mention I had that mod in. Reforge Armor. I can get accessory modifiers on armor. So, that's another thing that I feel should be vanilla, but what do I know? I'm not a game designer. Now, are these back walls? Yes, they are. These are from Chad's Furniture mod. They look nice, and they're also a very good substitute for glass when it comes to making windows early in the game. That's too light. I think I might have put that one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to replace that with basic wood wall, like right now, because I messed up my own formula. There we go. Oh wait, no I didn't. Well, now I have, but I didn't before. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Oh, you guys are going to be fun, aren't you? Might have to think about putting a trapdoor in instead of just a straight-up rope. That's going to continue to be a trend. Thankfully, I don't think they can go down through, They can't go... Yes, they can. Never mind. Well, they might not be able to, but there is a gap there, so that's probably what it was. Oh, this is very not good. Let's just do that really quick. Don't have anything that could take care of them. This right here is an Ironheart. It would enable Ironheart mode if I was going to use it and or could still use it, but considering it's basically hardcore mode light, where if you die during a boss fight, you're dead forever, I don't feel like doing that. That just doesn't seem fun. Running out of arrows. Don't know what time it is. Hopefully it's pretty close to the morning. I don't know how much longer that guide is going to last, but if all the zombies keep focusing on me, he should have a little bit of time, because zombies is stupid and they don't know that they can't get up here. Alright, I got one of them to go outside. Of course, he's probably going to come right back in. I can kill this guy before he figures out how to move. There we go. He's gone. Let's get a bit of damage on you. Get up there. Why did I do that? I am good at games. There we go. Now, like with regular Terraria, modded Terraria is also pretty slow right at the beginning, but once it gets going fast, so you won't have to wait too long for things to actually start happening. Make that back into wood, and then make that into trellises. Oh wait, I made fences? That's not what I meant to make at all. That was the wrong thing to change back. There we go. That's better. Right? Alright, it's daytime, so those guys will start going away. Finally. Which iron did I get? I got 4 iron. That's not gonna be enough for a... anvil yet. Couple more of those trellises, though. Here we go. I'm getting close to that. I would like to find a cave entrance. That doesn't look like it's going to actually be a cave entrance. It's just a little bit of a hole in the ground. Flying fish still aren't very tough. Just missed. Well, it's becoming daytime, so it should be a little bit easier to see, but I'm probably going to keep putting torches on the trees just in case. It's a thing I like to do. Was there a cave entrance over? Oh wait, I already explored in this direction, so I should just be able to check the map. But I'm not going to now, because I have auto pause off, so if I do it now, I'm just going to get nailed by everything. Once I get rid of this fish, I should be able to take a look, though. Underground desert is over there. Yeah, I'm not messing with the underground desert right now. If I travel along the surface, I can find some iron ore just sitting around. Still have those goodie bags to open. I actually have a slime staff that I could be using, but don't really feel like it. I might if things get desperate. These can go in the ammo slot to save space. Get a bit of those. I need an anvil to do anything with them, though. Slingshot doesn't shoot arrows, it shoots pebbles, but given that I'm going to be upgrading it into a bow anyway, no point in using it. Copper's not going to help me. I need iron. Is there iron down there? No. This pumpkin is fully grown. You can tell by the coloration of the sprite. I'm going to actually take a couple of these. Help me keep spawns down immediately next to my house. Here's where I died before. A couple of my coins are still there even, how nice. Give me that. That. Not particularly interested in a bird. Pumpkins, just gonna grab them whenever I see them, when they're fully grown. I'm actually getting quite a bit of those wolfram shards. I might be able to use them to actually make something. There's a strange plant there, but I don't feel like picking it up just yet. I don't have a dye trader. That right there was Vein Miner, a mod based off of the Minecraft mod of the same name that makes it so, well, mine ore veins by breaking one piece. Very helpful. And you can even configure it to do that to any tile, not just ore, if you want to, that is. I have it configured to do that to clay, as a matter of fact. Can I jump over this guy? Yes, I actually can. I feel like I am making a mistake, but I want iron, so I'm risking it. Besides, once I get... This is the closest actual cave entrance to where I am. Crimson altars here. I might want to remember that these are here for crafting until I get the ability to use something like one closer or in my house. This crimstone is going to be a piece of work to deal with because I can't mine it, so it's just going to end up getting in the way. I wonder if I can trick this guy into... Yep, falling down a hole. Have fun down there. I have one more of these platforms left, so I'll just do that. Am I getting rope? No, I haven't found... Well, here's some pots. I might get rope out of it. Yep, there's some. I already had some, too. I completely looked right past it. Ow. This isn't Super Mario Brothers. You cannot Goomba Stomp enemies. I really just want that bunny slime. Oh, hello. I did not miss you, but you still managed to hit me. Good job. The vertebrae dropping right there from a non-crimson enemy is part of a mod called Quality of Life Rebranded. It has many little features that you'll be seeing, one of which is to make it so that any enemy killed in a crimson biome can drop vicious mushrooms and vertebrae. Just little anti-grinding things. Looks like I'm going to be getting out of the crimson here, which is good for me. Put a rope there. Sapphires. That's good. I'll be needing those. Like, for magical storage, I'll be needing quite a few of them. Diamonds, too. Diamonds, emeralds, and sapphires are going to be the main things I'm needing. Getting this is going to be a bit hard, but... give that to me. Game's lagging on my end, too, so I'm not sure what it's like on the stream. Hopefully it's not too bad. Rope, always welcome. Oh, we're not going in there. No, thank you, not at all. That darkening of my screen right there... Oh. Well, that darkening of my screen right there was a debuff called Horror, which is, for the most part, exclusive to Revengeance mode. It's basically darkness and slowness with a little bit of a defense penalty. It's not fun, and almost everything can inflict it on you. It makes the Eye of Cthulhu a real piece of work to fight. And you'll be seeing that later. Not that I want you to be seeing it because I don't like it, but... it happens. It's part of Revengeance. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I can make another piece of the pumpkin armor now. I can actually finish the pumpkin armor now. So I got Arcane on those and Heart on that. Set bonus, 10% increased damage. Very good thing to be starting with. Also, looks very festive for this time of year. Finish that rope off. Now I can start putting away some of these things I don't need on me. I want to keep that on me, actually, because I'm changing it to them. That starter bag I opened at the beginning also had a slime crown in it to make it so that you can fight the first boss without having to grind too much. Basically everything in it. Not the ores. I'm actually going to keep those on me. Gel can go there. Not the arrows. I need those. Everything else go in there. Acorns stay with me. Arrows stay with me. Gonna place these sunflowers right now. There's 1 and 2. It looks nice. And it's functional too. That little happy buff that they give you is more helpful than it would seem like it should be. There's iron in there. I see that there. Just get the stone out of the way by manipulating Vein Miner to briefly mine stone. Please let this be enough for at least a couple bars. It should be. There we go. Red squirrel. 10 more pumpkins. I forget if there's actually any pumpkin weapons you can make. Although, now that I think about it, there is a very good ranged weapon from Calamity that I can make with pumpkins, but I'm going to need pumpkin seeds as well, so I can't actually make it until a dryad shows up. But it's good to remember, nevertheless. That weapon is the pumpler. Yeah, you need illegal gun parts, too, so can't get that for a little bit. Pretty sure the gun parts are in there just solely to make it, so you can't get that before the arms dealer shows up, or before smashing a heart or orb or whatever. There are going to be hearts in this world because it's Crimson. I really don't see Crimson used a lot in Let's Plays and streams, so I'm using it just to do something a little bit different. That should be enough for an anvil. Please let that be enough. It is just barely more than enough. What do we want to do here? Well, I left all my crafting materials over there. Do I have? Yes, I do. There, now I can save on torches. And if I have enough left over, I can make a wall candelabra, which is a candelabra, but it goes on the wall. How that is not burning down my house, I can't really tell you. It seems like it should be, but it isn't. Just good for me. That can go in there, that can go in there. Wolfram, that's right. Should I make a melee weapon? Should I make a ranged weapon? Should I make a tool? I'm not going to have enough to make the whole armor set, so I think I'm going to go with the pickaxe, honestly. It's not that much more powerful. Actually, it's not any more powerful than the starter one, but it's way faster, so it's a convenience tool, mainly. You guys can go in there. Now I need cobwebs. It's going to be fun to get. I'm also going to need a lot of torches and a lot of dynamite, as well as a lot of rope, or vine rope. Vine rope will work too. And a lot of wood, stone bricks, and stone slabs. And that has to do with that little divot in the ground with the torch in it that I'm going to... And it also has to do with why I've been refraining from digging a shaft down. There's a reason for that. If I could get more of that wolfram to make a faster axe, that would also be pretty helpful. I want this daybloom too. I'm going to need a lot of that later. Break this. I do not like copper axes that much. They're very slow and annoying. I don't know if that was fully grown. I don't think it was. Oh well. It's Halloween, so they'll just spawn wildly everywhere. Come here. Why did I waste an arrow on that? Should probably make one of those too at some point. I know exactly where I'm going to be putting it. Hopefully I'm getting close to the amount I need for an axe. Don't really need that money slime. I have enough goodie bags and they don't really give you too many useful things. I just like getting them. I'm not going to go out of my way for them. Now what I need is to get back into that cave and get cobweb for an upgrade to this bow. And I'm going to have to deal with this guy first, or just run past him. Shoot him a couple times to keep him at bay. There we go. I should keep him far back for long enough for me to get in this cave and ignore him. There we go. Another key to Revengeance mode is knowing when to run. There are going to be a lot of times when you'll see me choosing not to fight enemies because doing so would basically be suicide, given how fragile I am, even with pumpkin armor. Going in there is just an all-around terrible idea, but I can knock him in there to get him out of my way. Do that really quick. Oh, no, not those. Not those at all. I do not want to tangle with that. Cremolin Blight Slime. They drop something that's going to be useful and fun later, but as it stands right now, he'd probably one-shot me. He looks scary, and he's as scary as he looks. Plus, they can hit you with, like, I think they can curse you, actually. Which is, in vanilla, isn't a status ailment you see until the dungeon, so... yeah, don't mess with Cremolin Blight Slimes. If you're in a corruption world, they're replaced with Ebonian Blight Slimes. They're basically the same thing, but purple. This pickaxe is way faster. Oh, there was a little cave here. Oh, cobwebs, excellent, that's what I wanted. Give me those. Oh, there's clay here. And as I said before about what I have Vein Miner doing, I can do that and get some clay. Sometimes if the clay deposit is big enough, I can even reveal new caves by doing that. Wasn't what I meant to do, but I'll take it. Starting to get a little bit laggier here. There. Now I have to get back home because I don't have a mirror or recall potions yet. I'm hoping to be able to take on the underground desert pretty soon. Using that torch as a rope hook. Aesthetically, I mean. Functionally, it doesn't really do much. Alright, now I just gotta get out of here without lagging too hard. I had stopped to take some of those shadewood trees, but because of how slow my axe is, I'm not going to be chancing it. There we go. Should probably work on getting some more or better arrows pretty soon. Yeah, I have just enough wood to make this whole stack of torches, although now I'm going to have to cut down another tree to get what I need for the bow. In fact, did I need gel for the bow now that I'm thinking about it? I might have really messed that up. Although I can always get slimes by going underground. I can get red and yellow ones. Replant that. I see what you're doing. There it goes. Now, when I say I'm going to be doing a class playthrough as a ranger, it means I'm going to be predominantly ranger. I'm not going to forbid myself from using weapons from other classes, because I do like to have a simple melee weapon, even as a ranger, in case of emergencies. Nothing fancy, and probably nothing that would be firing projectiles, just something like this. There. Alright. As for what I said earlier about a little something else. Don't have a hammer. Should have made a hammer. There we go. That's done. I have a lot of stuff I could make right now, including that axe. Thank the Lord. I needed that. Can I make the bow yet? Yes, I can. I didn't need gel for it. Greenwood bow. It's more powerful than this one. And I know you're not going to be able to tell since you're not the one playing and controlling it, but it's auto-fire. No, wait, not yet. It's not auto-fire yet. It will be. Next upgrade, it will be. Once I get to that point, my finger will thank me. What do I actually need to upgrade it into the next tier? Plated bow. I need 5 iron. That's actually not that bad. 5 iron or lead. Of course, that assumes I can get underground to get that stuff. Of course, I might be able to make a little tiny bit of headway into the underground desert right now. Shouldn't be wasting my arrows like that. I need them. Especially when you're talking about the desert, the underground desert. Those antlion swarmers. Of course, they make it sound like antlion swarmers are the worst enemy in there right now. They are not. That honor goes squarely to tomb crawlers. That enemy type can just go die in a hole. I hate them. They're like those worms. Remember when people thought that giant worms were the scariest things in Terraria pre-hard mode? Yeah, no. Tomb crawlers are that, and a million times worse, especially on Revengeance, they can do like 60x damage to you right from the outset. You have a lot of defense, good sir. Probably not going to make a point of fighting too many things in there, although there is one specific kind of enemy I will stop to fight if I see, because it has a drop that I will need for progression. Bunch of clay here, let's take care of that. The pixie face zombies seem to have quite a bit of defense. How fitting, given that they're wearing the face of a hard mode enemy. They want to be hard mode enemies, but they're not. Raven over there. Oh, and I should be killing enemies in the desert anyway, because if I do it enough, you'll see another function of that quality of life thing I mentioned. You look like I could take you, especially with this bow. Of course, not if your stronger brother gets in the way. Alright, you dropped a shackle. Armored shackle. I mean, it's not as good as warding, but still getting very lucky with the prefixes. Can't equip 2 shackles, sadly. Can't equip 2 with the same accessory. Cactus will make a better sword to replace this copper one that I'm using. In fact, I might even be able to make it now. Sorry about the light, there's not that much to actually place torches on here, aside from the ground. In fact, I will put a torch on the ground because I kind of need to see right now. Seeing is good. This was a terrible idea. I should not have done this at this time of day, night. If he touches me one more time, I'm dead. No. Yeah, well, 2 more times. And of course there was iron right there. Oh, well. Maybe I should wait until morning before coming here. And I should also probably make more arrows. Quick stack those away. I have the cacti, so I want to keep the wood on me, actually. Better sword. There we go. Have stone still? Yes, I do. I need wood and stone to make arrows. Arrows. There they are. Should be a good amount for now. There's a reason I'm not making the fiery ones. See if I can do a bit more of this wall. Here. A bit more, yeah. Slime bunny. Wait, where am I going? I just said I shouldn't be doing the desert right now. Not until it gets lighter out. Cactus can get in there. I have enough stars for a mana star, but I'm not doing magic mage class, so I'm going to be saving them for something else. this here? There we go. I'll be making this look a bit more cohesive once I have a sawmill. I have a workbench in here, so what I'm going to do is actually put a chair in the corner. Then I can actually move this fella up here, so that he'll stay safe. Not that he's having that hard of a time as is, but if I just do that... There we go, off-screen teleportation. Still, after all this time, does not know how doors work and what they exist to do. A little bit of tangle with my cord there. Do I have in here anything that's that useful right now? Not particularly. I need that iron that I saw in the desert. And I also need to be able to move faster. Hey, let's talk about not going to the desert at night, and then let's immediately ignore my own advice. Sounds good to me, although this time I do have more arrows, so I might be able to stand a bit more of a chance. Let's see how much they do to these guys. Well, 5 damage is better than 1, and so is 2 and 3. Go. I would actually purposefully get hit a couple times to start building up that rage meter, but given how much damage everything is doing, it's not worth it yet. I see you there. The zombie arm zombies, you gotta watch out for these guys. If they hit you with that arm, you're gonna hurt. It hurts. Looks like daytime's coming pretty soon, so I should probably grab that star. Got it. Oh, hi. Also, the little announcement of the morning coming is part of a mod called Angler Quest Announcement. Once I have an angler, it'll tell me what his fish is for that day and where to catch it, so I don't have to keep going back to him every morning just to hear that. This bow ain't very fast, is it? Oh my goodness, that hurts. Yeah, antlion chargers. If you thought they were bad in vanilla, well, there you go. I tend to die a lot near the very beginning, and then not as much when things start getting moving. Well, it's daytime now, or very close to it anyway, so I should have better luck, although... Just to make sure something like that doesn't happen again, I'm going to make some of these Wow, I literally walked right into that. Don't craft while walking, folks. You might get in an accident. There you go. Don't really think I should be shooting this guy too much, because he's probably going to fly away before I get to kill him anyway, so there's no point in trying to kill him. Unless he gets really close. Which I'm trying to prevent from happening by smacking him around like that. Almost there. I think these are called swamp zombies, and they, well, they're just called zombies, but the variant is internally called a swamp zombie. They move a little faster than regular zombies, which is good to remember. All of them have a little bit of different stats, with, I think, the, I need to finish building that across, so... It's going to be a bit of a patchwork platform. have a hammer yet, so I can't fix that. Oh boy. Well, I'm very happy that wasn't high enough for me to take fall damage. Antlions can spawn anywhere in the desert, but the more powerful variants, the chargers and the swarmers and what have you, can only spawn in front of these walls. Which is why that charger was there before. He spawned down there. They can also only spawn off screen, just like all other enemies in the game, except some bosses and statue enemies. Right? A lot of these Wolfram slimes. I actually do want to be killing them, because I think Wolfram armor might be better than what I'm using. Why am I even bothering with the arrows on you? I'm lower than you, so you can't hit me. There we go. Gonna need that. That. I think the Halloween and Christmas slimes have similar, if not identical, stats to blue slimes. Those vultures over there. Did I need to kill them to get anything? I don't remember if that was the mod I'm using, Calamity, or if it's a different one. I think it might actually be thorium, where they drop the thing that you need to make something important later. No, it is Calamity. Desert feathers. I'm going to be needing those. The thorium, they drop talons, that's right. Ah, there's that feature of a quality of life that I was talking about. Any enemy killed in a desert can drop a sandstorm in a bottle. And when you start getting a lot of enemies in deserts, they start dropping annoyingly often, so they become incredibly rare to way too common. And in the ice biome, similarly, they can drop the blizzards, and in the sky, they can drop clouds in the bottles. So I will be putting that on right now. If I didn't need gel, I wouldn't be bothering with you, Sand Slime, but I need gel, so I'm bothering with you. Keep an eye on my arrow count. I'm starting to be a little reckless with them. I think it's a little weird how the spiders underground have the same death sound as vultures. Even if they don't have the same damage sound. Okay, you're dead. Give me that. Also, just to warn people, given that this is Calamity, and given how much I like soundtracks in games, I cannot give any guarantees that I will not burst into song during boss fights. So if I do, I apologize in advance. I know it's unprofessional, but sometimes I just don't notice. We need to get out of here. Okay, so all that was really just to put this workbench over here. Put this on top of it and make the rest of those cacti into platforms, since for cactus plat... Ooh, hello. That's a feature of Calamity that, health bars can show up for mini-bosses, like Synedrian here. Is, 800 health. It's not... doesn't seem like too much, but... he's probably going to get away. They despawn like regular enemies. They're not real bosses. That water probably would hurt me pretty badly in my current state, so I'm going to try to avoid it. If I kill him, I might get a few good things from... Nah, he left. They can go through walls, too, so I'll have to remember that they can do that. Here's my first swarmer. Now, the good thing about swarmers is that they're very susceptible to knockback, and they don't have that much health. It's when a lot of them start appearing and, well, swarming you that they become a real problem, or if you have to fight them in close quarters, like underground, in the place where they naturally spawn, the underground desert. I can start lowering this rope down in there. Go a little bit higher to make jumping out a bit easier. That should be enough to reach near the bottom. How much deeper does it go? It actually goes quite deep. Gotta keep an eye out for stuff like that. There's a regular antlion down there and it's shooting at me. So if I do something like... Oh! Hello. That is the enemy type that I was talking about that I want to actually kill. Storm lions. They're sort of like antlion chargers, except they're slower. They have a different drop that I need for something, and if they hit you, they electrify you. Which is a status ailment not seen in vanilla until Martian Madness. It's damage over time that hurts more when you move. Very nasty. Don't want any part of it. Making piles of sand down there by trying to hit me and not realizing they can't shoot high enough. Ooh, there's a Synedrian somewhere. Which means I should probably be getting off this rope, because that water can knock you around, and I don't have fall damage prevention. He's over there. They can go through walls. Their AI is somewhat similar to the Morning Woods. They also have more defense than I would like them to have. Yeah, see? Very similar to Morning Woods AI. Oh, am I gonna dodge all that? Yeah. They can't stand on platforms, which is interesting. I very much do want to kill him, because he has a fairly decent chance of dropping an accessory that would be very helpful to me. Right about now. Alright, here comes the water. And here comes me being in a terrible spot. Oddly, while the Synedrian himself can go through walls, his water cannot. And I know it's called water because when you get killed by it, it says you were decapitated by water. I've been killed by it enough to know that it is indeed just plain old water. If I stay here too long, he's probably gonna... Yep, do that. Yeah, I'm pretty much dead. Yep, oh well. But I did get that iron, and I got to show off a couple things. Gonna have to go back for that chest, though. I really do like Synedrian's new sprite. He doesn't look unfinished anymore. Sorry about that noise just there. I was adjusting my headset. Right. And that ought to be enough to upgrade the bow again. Plated bow. Demonic, very good. Is the plated bow the one that starts with auto-fire? Yes, it is. Good. And I believe it can get upgraded 2 more times before it becomes obsolete. Next up is a slime bow, which I need the solidifier for, so I have to kill King Slime for that. That ain't happening for a little bit. Put the rest of that away. That away, that away. This stays with me. Now, how much wolfram do I have? 24? Is that going to be enough for the full armor set? So I need 12 for that one, 5 for that one, and 8. I am 1 short of getting the full armor set, so I'm going to make the plate and the legs first. And then finding 1 more slime shouldn't be too hard. It seems like it has less defense than the wolfram armor, and it probably will end up having less because I got hard on the helmet. But it will actually end up being better once I have the full set. I hope. If not in terms of defense, then in terms of what else it does for you. Anything over here? Any of those slimes? Well, that's not the kind of slime I'm looking for, but I will still kill it. While I'm here, I may as well cut a couple of these trees as well. Because I need plenty of wood for plenty of torches for something else that I need. I want to get up to 396 torches. Oh, and if the item stacking, the amount that items have been stacking has caught your eye, I have max stack plus in, so most items will stack to 9,999. If not all of them that do stack will stack to that. Which is another thing that I believe should be vanilla, but again, what do I know? I'm not the developers. Although I do hear in the next update they will be increasing the stack limit of torches to much higher, and they will be boosting the stack limit of refined bars, which, for people who like to collect ore, is going to be godsend. Because refined bars stacking to 99 has been a pet peeve of mine for a very long time. Used to be even worse. I think they only used to stack to 30. Still have nightmares about it. Really? I need one more of those Wolfram Slimes, and now all of a sudden, after so many of them and their drone friends appearing, they just stop appearing. At least I can move a little faster because of how the sandstorm in a bottle works. Oh, there's one. They're always guaranteed to drop at least one shard, so I'm good. I'm hoping that that chest in the desert, once I go get it, has either a Hermes boots or a magic mirror. Or at least a bunch of recall potions would be nice. Right, 5 shards. So I am going for Ranger, so I want to make the ranged version of the helmet. My defense is the same, and I gain plus 3% range damage, an additional 3 defense, an additional 5 defense when I'm at half health or lower, 3% increased crit chance, and 5% increased movement speed, although the armor does look really... The helmets, I don't like the helmets, so I'm gonna use the pumpkin helmets as vanity. I've never been a fan of the Wolfram Armor helmet sprites. Any of them. Except maybe the hood. Bye. $117. Now it's gel that I'm going to be needing. Of course, as soon as I kill King Slime, all of my torch problems will be over for a very long time. And I just noticed that, again, I'm running low on arrows, so what I should probably do is... Well, there's a cactus workbench over there. I'm gonna need stone, so Vein Miner, you're up. Okay. There's another sandstorm in a bottle there. I believe I need a second one for something later, so I'll pick it up, but if I get too many of them, I'm gonna start auto-trashing them. I have a mod in that has an auto-trash slot that you may have noticed when I open up my inventory. I can turn that on, and if I put things in the trash can there, then all of the item of that type will be automatically thrown out when I pick it up. Very helpful for handling clutter, things you don't want to be picking up ever again. And you can remove them from that list at any time if you decide you do want them again. I don't like wasting torches on these underground cabins when I don't have to. If there's a chandelier, I'll knock it down and put it back up. Enchanted Boomerang! That is not really what I want, but I'll take Godly. Godly's not bad. Although, is it better than the Cactus Sword? I mean, like, damage-wise, yes, it is, but it's a little fiddly to deal with, so I'll reserve judgment on that. Need the sand, though. This was the sand that those ant lions spat out everywhere. I should be breaking the pots whenever I see them to get rope. I need 999 rope. Yes, I think it's 999. It might actually be less. Hi. You do a lot of damage, good sir. Oh, that's actually another function of the Enchanted Boomerang right now, is that it'll let me save arrows a little bit. And it has pretty decent knockback for what it is as well, so it can help me with these chargers. Because if he touches me, like, once right now, I'm dead again. Boomerang flies past him, Boomerang hits him on the way back, he flies backwards. Makes sense. Although I did need that mandible, so... Good thing I got that out of the way right now. I know I need more rope, but I actually do have to use some right here. Another one of those storm lions. I don't think I got a mandible from the last one, so I'm gonna have to kill him. I don't even know if I killed the last one. I might have despawned when Synedrian showed up and I ran away to fight him, which went so well. There's 2 chargers. That's one of the chargers. That's the second one. Now I can do that. Please drop a mandible. Yes, he did. Okay. That is one of the ingredients in using the item that summons the first Calamity boss, which is meant to be fought before the Eye of Cthulhu, so... He also drops something very, 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 very helpful for people who hate swimming in water in this game. In fact, I might actually try to beat him today if I can. If I get far enough and I don't get hungry. I just remembered, I grabbed all that stone and made sure that that cactus workbench was still going to be there so I could make more arrows, and then I didn't. Might as well go back up there and do it now, given how many swarmers there are in here. And it's nighttime. A couple of those first. There we go. I have to take care of you guys before I do anything with that, don't I? Actually, this is all around a very bad situation. Okay. I used my double jump there, so if I didn't get on that rope in time, I would have just gone splat. There's a lot of zombies right now. I don't particularly enjoy their company. There we go. These sandstone blocks so I don't get myself hung up on them and get myself killed over that. So I'm going to be looking... I think now is when I'm going to start needing to collect iron and silver. Silver is another thing I'm going to be needing for magical storage. Diamonds, emeralds, sapphires, wood, iron, and silver are the main things I'll be needing for that. For those of you who have played modded Minecraft before, magical storage is basically applied energistics 2 for Terraria, in terms of how helpful it is and how it works. I don't think he can actually get down here because he's too fat to fit in that hole. Anything in here? There's something in particular that can appear in the desert. Not that. I know that it's a Calamity thing, and it tends to appear near where fossils are. And there's only, I think, 1 per world, so... There's always going to be 1 in a world, but there's always only 1. So, finding it's going to be fun and a half. Synedrian's up there. I think 86 arrows will be enough to take him down if he decides to come to where I can hit him. He's going to fall on my head. I just know it. Because I saw him go up there. So I just have to be ready for when he shows up. So if I can... No, he ran away. Never mind. The accessory he drops, by the way, is called Amidius' Spark. It does a really cool thing that gets more useful in hard mode, and then is used to make something very, very good later called the Absorber, and later the Sponge. Amber Crawler. This is a new type of enemy, the Crawler enemies. There's one for each gem type and crystals once you hit hard mode. They exist so that you can get gems without having to, like, rely on running all over the place, or the Extractinator in the Amber Crawler's case. They are a Calamity thing. The rarer the gem that they're carrying, the tougher the Crawler is going to be, with the Crystal Crawler being the hardest overall, and the Amber Crawler being the strongest before hard mode. At least I think the Amber Crawler is the strongest. It might be the Diamond Crawler, but historically I've had more trouble with the Amber ones. Hi, yes. Oh, that's another feature added by, the same mod that's, changing the way my health bar looks. Unleveled, I think it's called. If I get below a certain point, it has a configurable low health alarm. I have it set to make the same sounds as the one in Breath of the Wild because it's the least intrusive option while that's still noticeable. Underground desert, you can usually find passages by digging vertically or horizontally at the end of stuff like that. Although it looks like I've actually reached the edge of the underground desert on this end. Oh wait, no I haven't. Just a little bit of regular sand. Maybe down? Ah, here we go. Here we indeed go, because now I've just messed things up for myself here. Could use a grappling hook of some kind. Give me those. Sadly, I did get stuck with silver in this world. Tungsten would have been better. Tungsten pickaxes can mine meteorite, where silver ones can't. If you get silver in your world, you need gold or platinum to mine meteorite. It's the biggest single difference between any of the alternate basic ores that I know of. Besides color, of course. Torch. Oh, another Synedrian has showed up. Where is he? On my head in a few seconds, probably? No, he's down there. Okay. I don't think he'll be able to swim up here, since, kind of like wraiths, they actually need blocks to go through. Yeah, it seems that there's actually another chamber down there, so I should be safe from him as long as I don't, like, go too far to the left or right. I think he might be able to get up here now. No, not yet. Where is he? There he is. Okay, so he spits water from his chest. Interesting biology there, Synedrian. Like a lot of other things in Calamity, Synedrian has lore behind him. I'll explain it later. After beating the first desert boss, because that's when it'll actually make more sense to explain this guy. He chose a really bad spot to attack from. Thankfully, in terms of Revengeance mode's damage calculator, he didn't drop the accessory, oh well. In terms of the Revengeance mode, like, you take less damage until you beat a boss thing, he doesn't actually count as a boss, so that isn't in effect yet. It will be once I take out King Slime, though. I got platinum in this world, very nice, I like platinum. Still going until I find, like, recall potion or something. I know that they can appear from pots. There we go. Next passage. I might stop pretty soon because I'm approaching the time of day where the position of the sun makes a glare on my screen that starts making it hard to see. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep this up. I do want to kill King Slime before I stop, if I can. There's a lot of stuff down there. You need to go. So that I can hopefully get up there. Okay. There's a Synedrian over there. Right there, in fact. And again, he's chosen a pretty terrible spot to try to attack from, because if I do this, he can't actually hit me with his water, because for some reason he doesn't spit it out of his mouth. Although he might be able to hit me if he gets lucky. I don't think he will be, though. I'm gonna run out of arrows hitting this guy, and I'm gonna have to use the boomerang. Yep. This will just make it a bit slower, and I have enough wood on me to make a workbench, so I can make more arrows. He dropped the accessory, yes. Amidius' Spark. Taking damage releases a blast of spark. Sparks do extra damage in hard mode. You're going to see that probably very shortly because of how rubbish at dodging I am. At least right now. I get better when I get more mobility stuff. Arrows. Okay. There we go. 1,100 arrows. There we go. I'll leave that workbench there for now. I'll also take the victory shards that he dropped. As a matter of fact, with the victory shards, I think I might be able to make a very helpful ranged weapon that is one of the special ones that doesn't consume ammo of any kind, and can attack through walls to boot, although I don't know if I can make it yet. I'll check the crafting guide as soon as I take this dude out. Get down there into a nice little safe area. Got him. Alright, so the victory shards, they make, no, it's not them that makes that weapon, although if I get a flare gun and a boomstick, I can make that. That's post-wall of flesh. I can make an enchanted sword with them, but not until hard mode. The thing I can make, this is what I want, the storm surge. I need 2 Victide bars, and oh, I'm pretty much dead now. I shouldn't have shit-talked that guy so much, because that's what happens whenever I make fun of the enemies. I get flattened by the ones I make fun of. Literally, in that case, he fell right on my head. It's a good thing I don't really need coins yet. Plus, with the enemies in Revengeance mode dropping so many. Oh, I need aerialite bars for that? I'm not going to be able to get that for a while, then. Not until I beat a certain very fun boss in the Crimson. Very fun, indeed. Though I can make a couple of these Victide bars right now. And I'm pretty sure I could make something with them. Seabow. Is that better than what I'm using? Just barely. I might not bother with that one. Flood Tide is very much hard mode. You're not going to be seeing these materials for a very long time. Pickaxe is powerful enough to mine meteorite, but just under what you need to mine hellstone. Because you can make it before the Crimson or Corruption dude. So they can't make it too powerful. Red Tide Sword, that's 3. Can make a ham axe, though. That's actually very helpful. I want that ham axe. That's what I'll be making right now. Reef Claw ham axe. I got a speed plus on it as well. It's just as fast as the Wolfram one, more powerful, and is also a hammer. So I can do this. Style points. Sorry about that. Now we can start making these bars. That's 13 copper, 21 iron, 1 silver, and 2 platinum. Not too bad. Can I make the thing I need this to make yet? I need 15 sand. I think that might be the only thing I don't have. No, I do have 15 sand, so I need to withdraw some cacti. Do I dare do this yet? Desert Medallion. Going to be hanging on to that. These away. Those away. Those away. This, that. Everything away. Including the ores now, for now. Cactus sword, gold chest. I want to hang on to the wood. I might be able to take on King Slime now. I might actually do that. Now, in vanilla, you can sort of cheese King Slime a little bit via the, as I call it, the Indian rope trick. In Calamity, that still works, but not quite to the extent that it does in vanilla. I am actually not sure if any of you heard that. There's some very obnoxious dude with those annoying loud pipes on his car. Why do people use those? Nobody likes them. Aside from the people who use them, of course. Have I perchance picked up any random iron skin potions? Doesn't look like that, although swiftness will help, so I'll use that. Alright, first boss, Slime King. Let's see how I do. I hope I can beat him, because his summoning item, if I don't kill him, is expensive to make another one of. Alright, so I should probably explain the AI difference in Revengeance King Slime. In Expert mode in Vanilla, King Slime has the ability to teleport, and in Revengeance mode, his teleportation is practically instantaneous, which is why I say the Indian rope trick doesn't work quite as well. because if you're not... Yep. See, he could have teleported on top of me there. I don't know why he didn't. But yeah, his teleportation is wicked, wicked fast in Revengeance Calamity. Gotta watch out for him here. I want to get that adrenaline's done. Now it is. Alright, now observe the amount of damage that I'm going to be doing for roughly 5 seconds compared to what I was doing before, and you get why you want to get adrenaline. Because if you get hit, that slowly building green meter up there goes back down to nothing, and you have to wait for it to charge up again. There are items later that makes it easier to charge it up, but right now, it's nice to have, but kind of hard to pull off. It's a bonus if you think you can dodge. Thank goodness I made all these arrows. Oh, and by the way, for that whole, like, taking more damage after the boss goes down, King Slime does indeed count for this, so everything's going to get harder once I kill him. Probably should have thought about that earlier. Oh well. Yeah, the rope trick is still pretty effective. I think he only really teleports right on top of you if there's not a platform below him. Instead, it's solid ground, but because I put a platform there, I'm kind of breaking his AI. I'm not sure how cheap this is, but in Revengeance mode, he also has an accessory drop that I really very much want, because it's going to be seeing a lot of use. And I've almost got him here. Adrenaline is ready. I should have used it earlier. It's not going to be quite as effective, but he's almost dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. There we go. Now I should probably take out these slimes. Oh, there's the random crates mod in action. Anything I kill has a very low chance of dropping a randomly chosen fishing crate. They can drop biome crates as well. I got a golden one there, which is... Did I just get... I did not expect to get that accessory this early. So, Slime King's Revengeance mode exclusive drop is the Crown Jewel. Boosts life regeneration even while under the effects of a damaging debuff, and while I am under the effects of a damaging debuff, I gain 10 defense. So, it's basically a factually better Band of Regeneration. I'm going to be using this a lot. It doesn't get upgraded for a long time, but once it does, it upgrades into one of the most useful convenience accessories in the game. 23 gold bars from that, very nice. And this is what I didn't expect to get. Another Revengeance-only thing has a very low chance of dropping from any boss. Laudanum boosts your damage and crit chance by 6%, defense by 8%, maximum movement speed and acceleration by 15%, makes you immune to the horror. Yes, thank God, I hated that stupid horror debuff. I got the royal gel from that, don't need that. At least not yet. Shadow Diamond is basically a diamond that can only be used for magical storage. Harvester part's going to be seeing use later. I got a slimy saddle from him, that's a nice bonus. Slime gun is used for something. It's listed as a material, so I'm going to want to check what that does. It's one of the Fargo's Mutant Mod accessories. You're not going to be seeing this for a long time. It is pre-hard mode, technically, but still, it's very annoying to get. So you can see by all the stuff you need to make it. Get that in there. Solidifier. Now I need to get more gel. Those slimes that I killed did not drop as much gel as I thought they were going to. Oh well. I believe I need 20 to upgrade this bow again. That is only 1 gel, so I need 2 more. These reversivity coins, they do have a very useful use, but I'm not going to be able to get it for a long time. Got a pet item. I'm not really interested in having a pet follow me around. I personally find pets, aside from the functional ones, to be too distracting. Cole had a problem with my attention span if you want, but yeah, I don't really use pets, basic pet items a lot. 19 gel, I need 1 more. 1 more, come on guys. I wonder how good this Reef Claw ham axe is. So much better. I think. Is that better? Well, it's a hammer too, so I still don't regret it. Daybloom. Do that. Do that. And that. And that. Gonna probably be stopping pretty soon. If I gonna be upgrading my bow here. There's Amidius' spark in action, by the way. That's what it looks like. That'll happen every time I get hit by anything, so hopefully the sound it makes isn't too annoying. I only have one recall potion, so I'm gonna wanna... Wasn't paying attention. Don't manage your inventory while walking. Which I say and then immediately continue doing it. Thank you. And get rid of this guy. Alright, getting pretty close to the end here. Still don't have a grappling hook, that's a shame. Quick stack any of this? Yes. Gold bars can go in there. I might need them for something in a bit, actually. 2 of these gels can get made into torches. Mana potions. Wolfram shards. Reversivity coins can go away. I will be moving them to a piggy bank once I have one of those. Alright, solidifier, I put it up there. Actually, that's for chests right now, so I'm going to put it on this side instead. Slime bow. Deadly. Very good stuff. How much arrows do I actually, You know, I haven't found the, snow biome yet, which is what I was waiting for the, arrows I was thinking of, the frostburn ones. So I was just debating making the, flaming arrows, but then I realized there are some bows that do special things with wooden arrows, so I'm gonna need 999 of them total. And, is that actually enough to make the thing I was thinking of, or do I need 3,996 of them? 3,996 I need. Hopefully I have enough to make that, and if not, well, it's easy to get the resources to do it anyway. I really just need more stone and wood. So yeah, Louis AFK mod, not really sure if it's too cheaty or not, but it adds a whole bunch of convenience and anti-grinding stuff, as well as a few things that I admit are overpowered, so I'll try not to use them. But, one of the things it adds is, versions of the Endless Quiver and Endless Musket Pouch for every ammo type that can be made with only a workbench instead of a crystal ball. Again, I don't know how cheaty that is. I use it, but if I get too much flack for using it, I'll just not use it. There is another mod, Alchemist NPC, that adds versions for all of them that still need the crystal ball, so leave that up to you. I'll check the chat or the comments, whichever comes first, to have someone say something about it, either way, and then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to be using them. If ever I come across an item that I think might be a bit overpowered, I'll ask first before I decide whether or not to use it. Again with that, I'm just not learning my lesson, am I? Should be enough of those. Ow. Good job. More torches. The 396 torches thing is an infinite torch item, by the way. That, I feel, should be an item that's in the vanilla game because, I mean, so you have infinite torches, how is that broken? That is something I don't see any way for that to really be broken. There's not really any good weapons you make with torches. Aside from flaming arrows, and those are outclassed pretty quickly anyway. Yeah, the glare on my screen is getting to be a bit much, so once I make the infinite arrows, I might take a shot at what I made that medallion for. People who've played Calamity before know what I made it for, but for those who don't, I'm keeping it a surprise. Alright, arrows. A bit more of them. 7, 8, 9. I didn't need to make that last one, but alright, I'm not going to be running out of arrows anymore. Never run out of wooden arrows. sadly don't have a dude yet, so given what I'm going to be doing, I am actually going to be putting these coins away, and I'm going to be making the rest of these into wood platforms. Alright, desert time. I want to do this quickly before it gets too dark, because it's going to be nighttime soon, and then watching me do what I'm doing will be harder. Excuse me. This would also be a bit easier if I had fast boots, but I don't yet. I can actually craft fast boots, just not yet. I think I need silk for them, and I need a loom for that. Alright, desert's pretty close by. Gotta hurry this up. Hello, vulture. Here. Have that. Don't need the feather right now. I forget what I even use them for, honestly. Because they weren't actually used in that thing I just thought I needed them for. Alright, let's make this go up a bit higher. I might make actually a couple more of those tiki torches to make seeing a little bit easier. I don't want to go too high up because I still want to be in the desert biome. Get up there. Build this out. Build this out. Probably not going to end up using all these platforms, just enough of them. Oh, Synedrian showed up again. Where is he? Nowhere near me. I'm going to actually turn off that health bar right now. So we'll just use it to check to make sure he's not sticking around too much. If I go high enough, yeah, he despawned. Alright, looks like it is getting pretty dark, so if I can, I am going to actually make a couple more of those tiki torches. It looks like I don't actually have enough to make tiki torches, but I have what I need to make pumpkin lamps, so I'll do those instead. 4 of them. Alright. Okay. And you. And, over here. You. Alright. Let's see how I do with this. Desert Scourge, and Desert Scourge. And here's your first taste of the Calamity soundtrack, by the way. I'm gonna actually be quiet while I'm doing this. Where are you? Yeah, being above the pit makes him a little easier to deal with. To a point, yeah, that hurts. That hurts as well. Don't know how well I'm gonna do with this. Gotta keep an eye on those sand bits he's throwing at me. If I leave the desert biome, this guy becomes invincible until I go back in. Which is why the health bar at the bottom fades out every once in a while. If I can't damage him, the health bar disappears. Oof. Yeah, that did not go as well as I thought it would. Well, actually, it did go better than I thought it would, but... Well, yeah, that's the first Calamity boss. That's what we're in for, folks. So I'm gonna need some better mobility and armor to deal with him. But, hey, at least you got to see it. Glare's getting pretty bad, so I'm gonna stop now. Thanks for everyone who came. Thanks for everyone who's still watching. I'll do this again pretty soon, and I'll see you next time.